Hey guys, Mama Star Fox here. Very late vlog because I don't really have anything to talk about. No, Daddy's sleeping. And one of the first times she's slept very soundly for me, and yet I can't get to sleep. Do you ever feel like that, where you're tired, but no matter how hard you try, you can't get to sleep? I think it's a mixture of my mind won't shut off, and I feel like I have stuff I need to do while she's sleeping, or stuff I want to do, like watch videos or finish a chapter, clean up, but yet I don't want to move. I'm tired, but I don't want to sleep, but I also don't want to move. So it's a very weird feeling. And I can't even read the book I was reading because it's just pissing me off. It's like the first book had a perfect ending, and then now it's making me angry. Like, I haven't read a book or book series in a while because I never really have a chance. But now that I can when Autumn's sleeping and my son's sleeping. Sometimes I can. And since I had the chance, I decided, I'll start reading this book that this girl I follow on Instagram was talking about, and it sounded really interesting. Embarrassingly, it was from the young adult section, but that's most of the books I have read. Though I have read things like I've read the obvious ones like Stephen King and a few classic ones like Shakespeare and Alice in Wonderland and stuff like that. A lot of manga. But yeah. This one, I'm on the second book, and I find I can't watch or read anything with relationship conflict because it just puts a new fear in me. I'm a very fearful person, if anybody hasn't realized that. I have a lot of fears. Like, I'm a hypochondriac. I take every little symptom as if something horrible is going to happen. I don't let any sort of chemicals in my house, like cleaning solutions. Like, my boyfriend fought with me to just get Windex in our house. I was using dish soap for everything because, or as people at work told me, use Avon bubble bath for cleaning a lot of stuff because it makes everything smell nice, and it's really gets things really clean. But yeah, like I don't like anything corrosive or poisonous, so I don't really have to worry about. It's a good thing to fear, I guess, for me, because then I don't have to really lock up the cupboards because I don't have anything dangerous in my cupboards for my kids to get into. Yeah, like I don't. And anything we do have, like we have like Lysol wipes, like I freak out and I need to wear gloves because it feels like my skin's gonna burn off. Like anything that's poisonous or an irritant, like, or corrosive or flammable, like I don't want it anywhere near me. And also like mold, like I can't, like in the green bin, I have to get my boyfriend to do it because I'm terrified of touching rotten food or food that's expired, though expiry dates don't necessarily mean that anything's actually no good, but well, I mean, best before dates is what I mean. Expiry dates are expiry dates, but I meant best before. And yeah, like I just, that type of stuff shakes me to my core type thing. Same with I like horror movies, but the thing is my imagination is too vivid. Like great, like I have to have my lamp on over there because in the dark, like the pitch black, I see things. Like not really see things, but in my mind I see things. Like or I imagine things that aren't actually there, and or things that I've seen in scary movies or in shows and stuff. And it makes me very paranoid and panicky and hyperventilate and stuff. So it's no fun. And it also obviously doesn't help the vivid nightmares that I have all the time. And it's like I can't do anything horror related, though I do like them. I do find them entertaining. I just can't see I'm yawning. But if I turn off right now and try to go to sleep, nothing's happening. Yeah. I also fear not being in control of things and the uncertainty of things. And like when I'm driving, I have a huge like panic when I'm driving. And like I'm a good driver. There's nothing wrong with my driving. It's other people around me that it's like I can control the car, but I can't control how other people are driving or how there's going to be construction in a certain part, and it freaks me out really bad. Like I have final destination thoughts every time I'm in a car. Every time I'm anywhere, honestly. Like there's my house is near airport, and the plane goes over, and I'm constantly panicking, thinking that, oh my god, what if a plane crashes in our yard or in the house, like in Donnie Darko? Oh god, that movie, friggin'. I loved that movie, but it fucked me up so bad in the mind. But yeah, like that, and all the Final Destination things that go in my head when I'm driving. Like we drove to Halifax, and we were going the speed limit, and then there was a huge truck behind us, right on right on the back of my car, pretty much. And I was like, if I slam on my brakes right now because something runs in front of my car, or if someone stops in the middle of the road, like this guy's going right through me, and there's no saving us. That's what goes through my head. And like I can't drive behind trucks carrying anything, like the lumber trucks and everything. Like I'm freaked out thinking that something's gonna fall off that and fly right through. And it's always been a fear, even like before like I started driving and stuff, it was always a thing. But it was really like amped up when I see things like Untold Stories of the ER. They had a few of those where people had poles through their necks or through their chest or their head and stuff like that. Like it freaks me out that something like that's gonna happen. And one of my worst fears when we drove to Halifax was realized when there was a tow truck that had two cars that were in an accident, and every time he hit a bump, a piece of the truck that was on the back of his tow truck would fall off, and people would be swerving out of the way because it could be small pieces or it could be big pieces that were flying off. And it was terrifying. Like I was scared I was gonna bust a tire and then go like spinning. And it was scary, like driving, and it's one of my worst fears. And so for the rest of my trip, I was so on edge after that. It was, I could not really fully enjoy myself. I wanted to walk everywhere, but it was -20 out and we couldn't walk from place to place. So I was forced to drive. And if it weren't for my boyfriend calming me down and my GPS guiding me, I would have gave up. I wouldn't have driven. I would have called my parents and told them, you have to come pick me up because I can't do this. As it's a terrifying stretch. But yeah. I'm trying to think of what are my other fears. With gore stuff, there's not really anything I fear. Like, I've seen a lot of stuff working, and even before that, like, nothing really bugged me. Like, vomit never bugged me, mucus never bugged me. Like, excretions never bugged me at all. Like, and I found it so interesting seeing all these different types of wounds that people would have and come in with and that we would care for. Which maybe I'll make a career out of one day, as a wound care nurse or something. I'm on the camera now. But yeah. And obviously, as a mother, you always fear something's going to happen with your kids. And yourself too. Though my health I care less about than everybody else's. Like usually my own symptoms I brush off, but everybody else's, the littlest thing I freak over. I'm just like, I think, oh my god, the worst case scenario, which is, I guess, okay in my profession, because then you're more cautious about things. And even if like you get tests done for your patient or like your family member and it turns out fine, then at least it's better than safe than sorry. Like, I say that all the time. That's my quote, is better be safe than sorry. And I also say oy vey a lot, which the Japanese equivalent that I recently learned watching a new anime show is yada yada. So I've been saying that a lot. Yeah. And I also, with my anxiety, I guess it would be a fear as well, like social interactions. I'm always worried about what other people think. And so I always end up overthinking things, especially after I leave, after I've stopped talking to somebody, like after I'm finish a conversation, because I think, oh my god, why did I say this? Why did I say that? Like, maybe they think I'm horrible. Maybe they cut the conversation off because they didn't want to talk to me. Like, it's ridiculous. But yeah. That was all I could really think of talking about today, was addressing some of my fears. I'll probably think of more and make a part 2, but I don't know if anybody actually really wants to know. But it's my way of cataloging things. And if my social worker ever asks, then I'll be like, my vlogs are up and they say exactly what I feel and I fear and everything. So have a good, well, it's the morning now. Have a good morning, guys. Mama Star Fox out.